Well, there's been sad developments in the Catholic Church and Jews' relations. It stems from a recent story of the current Pope releasing the excommunication or ending the excommunication of 4 members, one of whom's denied the Holocaust. Just the background of this is that 2,200 bishops around the world in 1965 overwhelmingly accepted the reforms of Vatican II, and among them, the Jews were no longer considered to be killers of Jesus Christ, and Catholics were no longer required to pray for Jewish conversion. The Vatican condemned religious persecution and hatred and called for mutual respect and knowledge between Catholics and Jews. Well, there was a group that was excommunicated by John Paul for basically being responsible for rejecting the views of softening the idea that Jews did not kill Jesus. And the year after, the Pope John Paul II excommunicated this archbishop and 4 other bishops, a Vichy war criminal was found hiding in the Nice monastery run by that archbishop. He was later sentenced to life in prison for crimes against humanity. Now, this St. Pius X society is opposed to Vatican II and against the softening of the Church's age-old teaching and that Jews had killed Christ. Now, one of the main problems is that one of these fellows denies the Holocaust. He says that all kinds of quotes about how very few Jews died in the Holocaust, they didn't die in gas chambers, that the Jews basically just created this whole thing to get sympathy to have the Jewish state, and they're bound in running the world. And this Pope lifted the excommunication of that. Now, the consequences of this is that the Israelis' chief rabbinate sent a letter to the Vatican postponing a March summit in Rome that was to include the Pope because of this. And Rabbi David Rosen said, who's one of the main participants in Catholic-Jewish dialogue, "I consider this to be the most serious crisis in substance that we've had with the Church since the Second Vatican Council." And Abraham Foxman, of the National Director of the Anti-Defamation League, what's at stake is the future of Catholic-Jewish relations. So this current Pope changed adding the Latin liturgy back, included a phrase that said on Good Friday, asking for the conversion of the Jews, and now he lifts the excommunication on this guy who denies the Holocaust. He's trying to bring back into the fold this group that rejects Vatican II and wants to bring back the idea of Jews killing Jesus, which has been the cause of death of Jews for 2,000 years. I have another separate video on why the Jews didn't kill Jesus. And so there are real serious issues here. And curious about what the Pope is, he thought we were making great progress in Catholic-Jewish relations and suddenly feels like 10 steps backward. So it is of deep concern to the Jewish community. Now, I will say the New York Times article on this said that in a letter dated Tuesday and released by the Vatican, the director of this society said that Bishop Williamson's statements do not reflect the position of the society, and that the group had been saddened by the repercussions of Bishop Williamson's remarks and the damage that had been done to its mission. All right, well, in any case, we've got these very serious challenges, and we have to keep an eye on it, and we pray that the reforms of Vatican II and the great strides it made in helping the historic problems the Church had with the Jews will continue and not be going backwards like it seems to be at the current time.